Hello, I'm Lance Zimmerman with the Cattle Facts Closing Bell for Friday, November 4th. The USDA all-fresh retail beef price for September was $4.44 a pound, down 5 cents from August, but up 39 cents compared to September of 2010. Retail beef prices in 2011 are up nearly 11% from last year. Retail pork prices are up more than 12%, and the price of a boneless, skinless chicken breast is down 2.5%. Increasing beef and pork prices, along with decreasing poultry prices, have forced retailers to feature more poultry in weekly advertisements at the expense of beef and pork. On a national average, beef was featured in less than 6 advertisements per week for retail stores in October. This was down 0.2% from last October, and year-to-date beef advertising is down 5%. Pork has seen a similar decline in retail advertising, especially in the last 2 months. While pork advertisements are only down 0.4% for the year, features were more than 6% lower in October. Chicken has benefited from the higher prices of competing proteins. Boneless, skinless chicken breasts were featured in nearly 1 advertisement per week during October, a 20% increase compared to 2010, while year-to-date advertisements are up nearly 4%. Prices for both beef and pork are expected to be higher next year, and poultry supplies are anticipated to be tighter, leading to higher prices for all proteins. Retailers will likely shift more advertising back to beef and pork in the coming year. This is good news for the beef industry, as consumers are generally more motivated to purchase items advertised by retailers, and the increased beef awareness should positively influence domestic beef demand. Now, for your weekly commodity markets. This week's fed cattle market traded in a relatively wide price range with light to moderate volume. The South sold cattle earlier in the week at $119 per hundredweight on a live animal basis, $2 lower than last week. Trade in the North developed later in the week at $122 to $125, mostly $2 to $3 higher. Dress trade was collected at $192 to $195, with some cattle trading for as much as $197 per hundredweight. Box beef prices were slightly lower this week as packer supplies outpaced demand. Interest for choice middle meats continues to be strong, while lesser quality cuts are struggling to find a clearing price. Feeder cattle prices were mostly steady and calves moved $2 to $6 higher. Slaughter cows were also mostly steady, and bred female prices received support from this week's better-than-expected fed cattle trade in the North. Corn prices were relatively flat, as market participants look to the USDA crop production report being released next Wednesday. Thanks for watching, and remember to visit cattlefacts.com for your latest market news and analysis.